What is going on YouTube? This is the third vlog in this 2023 series. It's feeding day today, so while the food is thawing for the snakes, I figured I'd show off a few of them. And in looking at some of them and spot cleaning, you tend to get attached to a good amount of them. I pulled 3 that hold a little bit more significance to myself personally as it pertains to the snakes that are in the collection. I'll start with the first one. I'm sitting kind of weird in the chair because I'm holding 3 totes against the table so that the snakes don't fall. But the first snake is named Mr. Spaghetti, and he is a bamboo spider. See if he wants to come out. So that's him. And the reason why this little guy is significant and kind of holds a special place in my heart is he's the first snake I got after a divorce I had about 4 years ago. So about 4.5 years ago, I was in the middle of going through all that, and I lost all my reptiles. I lost pretty much all of my pets, and at the time I was dating a woman who ultimately became my wife, and she said, "Why don't you get back into the snakes? You really seem to enjoy it." And I really didn't know what I wanted. And we basically started hunting around online and found this little guy. So I had never had anything bamboo related. I think the fanciest thing in my old collection was a coral glow that I bought through a breeder who went to Nerds, and I got a coral glow male, and his name was Fancy Pants. So I do have another one named Fancy Pants now in this collection, but he's a banana piebald, and we'll do a featurette on him at some other point. But this one is Mr. Spaghetti. This is a bamboo spider, and he is quite ultimately what got me back into the snakes, got me back into reptiles in general after that down point in my life. And if it wasn't for this little guy, I probably wouldn't have any snakes. I'd take that back. I would have snakes, but this definitely got me back on the bike a bit sooner. So I'll put this one back, and I'll grab the next one to show you, as long as he wants to let go of my hand. Alright, second one is, believe it or not, younger, but bigger. So this is my Orange Dream Piebald. This is Sweetness, and she is a little chunky, but I got her probably about 3 to 4 months after I got Mr. Spaghetti. And Sweetness here was kind of an impulse buy. I knew ultimately I was going to get back into snakes after getting Mr. Spaghetti to probably 5 to 10, and have already way surpassed that. But I got her because she was cool. I like the color. I have a thing for piebald. And where is her face? She actually is an emoji pied, to where it looks like she has a little face there, and that's usually my mood for most of the time. But I got her with the intent of knowing that I was going to pair her with another piebald. So as a milestone for me and why she's meaningful is this one is one of the ones I bought knowing that I was going to produce other snakes. Nope, come on, flip around. Alright, don't want to set her down on her head or upside down. So in the tote she goes until she goes back into her rack. And the third one is by far the smallest of them. She is actually the thumbnail or the little icon on my YouTube page, and that is this little girl. So this is Coraline, and she is a 4-gene. She is an Orange Dream Leopard Lesser Spider, and she is meaningful to me because she is the first 4-gene female I had, but also the very first snake that my wife actually picked out that was visual. She went to a couple expos, she got a few double hets, and we'll talk about them down the road as it pertains to what they are. But this one is the first one that she bought on her own with no guidance from me. She walked up to the booth, she said, "I like that one, I want that one." And to me that's pretty cool because that just shows that she's kind of supportive of what I'm doing with these snakes. And she picked a really good one because she is absolutely gorgeous. So this is Coraline, and she just needs to eat, get fat, get chunky, be happy, and ultimately we'll find her a male and we'll have little baby Coralines running all around if everything goes well in a few years. But now that she wants to be a bracelet, we'll zoom in on her. You can see her. And now that the food's getting closer to being thawed, we'll actually get to feeding them, and we'll move on to the next video. If you guys have any other ideas or suggestions as it pertains to my top 3 in different categories, feel free to let me know. As well as I'll post a few extra pictures on Instagram just because they tend to sit a little bit better when I'm not holding them in front of a camera. Alright guys, thank you.